So I have here a putter brand which helped Justin Rose become #1 in the world. It's expensive, it's got an interesting story, but it might also be an absolutely terrible putter. Hey everybody, Peter Finch here, and you join me down at the beautiful Hesketh Golf Club. I'm going to be on the putting green. I'm not actually getting out on the course tonight, but I have also been around Bolton Old Links testing this putter out. And this is the Axis One Tour HM, so it's their new model. The HM stands for half mallet. And I'd be really interested in these putters since Justin Rose actually switched when he was still under contract to TaylorMade, I think. Was it Honma? He switched anyway when he was under contract. Mind you, with Honma that didn't mean a lot. But this putter has an interesting design, and I think some people are going to love the idea and other people are going to be dry retching into their cornflakes. And I've not quite figured out what side I'm on at the moment. However, before we go on, what I would absolutely love you to do is hit that like button, get down into those comments below and let me know what putter you are currently rocking. Also, it'd be absolutely spiffing if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've actually conducted some market research, and subscribers to this channel actually live on average 15 years longer, drop their handicap by 25 points, and are often considered some of the best looking people in the world. I'm starting to go off on quite a tangent on why people should subscribe. If none of that works, it'd make me smile. And also the sacrifices I make, I'm just trying to get out of the wind and I'm down by the bins here. I'm going to get back out on the putting green. Now the guy behind these putters is called Lucas Pedraza, I think it's pronounced, and he's an ex-industrial designer. Well, I'm pretty sure once you're an industrial designer, you're always an industrial designer. He's an industrial designer. Now I don't actually know what that means, apart from he designs stuff. And you'd hope this putter is going to be pretty good because it costs 450 quid and about $500 US. It really is a very, very distinctive design, that isn't it? Now here's my Scotty Cameron putter, and what I like to see with my putts at the moment is my club to swing back on the inside, club face opening up in relation to the ball and the target line, coming through, impact, and then starting to rotate closed, again in relation to target line, because the putter face is actually staying square to my stroke, an important differential to note. So with this Tour HM, but also with all Axis One putters, basically they're designed to be going back and through, and you can kind of see how that club face is staying pretty square. It's not really rotating open or closed, and you can apparently keep it square to the target for longer. Now with this technology, I'm a little bit meh, but they aren't the only example of a company doing this. Adele, for example, are a torque-free putter. Do you remember the toe up from Odyssey, which was available for about a year? I had one in my bag, and then it performed an absolute cluster dump in the shops, and it wasn't available a year later. It's quite a weird design because the front part is milled, and then this bit at the back, it's just like plastic. Now that doesn't bother me much, but if I'm spending 450 quid or $500 on a putter, I kind of want it to be a premium feel, and from the head cover to the look, to the grip, to the shaft, it just doesn't feel that premium. It's a lambkin grip, it's a 35 inches. I could definitely change the grip, cut it down a little bit, but yeah, it's just not grabbing me with a special feeling. Now they've got a counter heel weight in this to allow that putter face to stay square. And, well, and there is no getting away from when you're looking down on it. Like, it is an unusual, strange looking creature. And again, it's that thing where if I'm spending, give over, it's just not quite got that je ne sais quoi. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's just missing that something for me. So all in all, it's just a little bit disappointing. I formed some of these opinions pretty quickly, but then I started shooting B-roll and started to play at Bolton Old Links. And to be honest, so that would have got in without the raised COVID holes. I was really struggling to miss. Really struggling to miss. So there, 3 putts off the bat, not messing around, hit my line every single time. And that's what I was finding on the golf course as well. Even the putts that weren't going in, I was hitting my lines. It was really, really, I don't know, annoying, because I was looking down at the putter and I was like, I don't like you. And yet it kept going in. And I was like, ugh. So what I wanted to do was come down here to Hesketh on this putting green, have another try and actually see if it was just one of those days. But even now, the putts I've hit so far have been great. So I'm just gonna have a quick bash around before making a final judgment. There's absolutely no doubt when hitting these putts that the stroke does feel different. And I don't know, it's just because I'm listening to kind of... I don't know if it's because I'm listening to what the marketing is saying, but it does feel like the blade does stay what they would call square, what I would say actually feels closed. With the Scotty, I'm so much more used to actually arcing. This one, grip very relaxed, and yeah, it's rocking it back and through. Great line again, I've just not hit it. This is the thing at the golf course, even when they weren't going in, I was hitting my line like so well. One of my main concerns about this putter, I think, would be potentially a tendency to actually pull. Again, it was a good line, a bit straighter. Would be to actually pull the putt if I feel like it's staying a bit closed, and then maybe counteracting and trying to keep it open. Wow, it's actually a bit left to right. But like with most things, you know, that could be practiced away. I missed 3 in a row. Okay, I'm just going to interrupt recording here as a absolutely massive flock of geese start to fly over. Look at them flying in those V's. Alex Ferguson, famous coach of Man United, said he wanted his team to be like a V. Interesting fact about these V's, so the goose at the front, every now and again that will drop to the back and the one next in line will take over. Is there going to be a crash? This also isn't the exact putter that Justin Rose used. He's got kind of a couple of fangs on the back of his. He's got a flat cat grip on there as well. And I'm sure there are a few other alterations. But someone like Justin Rose, as cerebral as Justin Rose is, as detail orientated and how much he looks into the numbers, there's no way he would have started to put this putter into play unless it was working. I don't know if he's sponsored. I don't know if he's an investor in the company or not. But he seems like the kind of guy who would not play with something if it wasn't working. I mean, the Honma deal is a classic example of that. They must have been paying him some mega money and it wasn't working for him, so he stopped. Another little unexpected positive for me from this is the forgiveness. With that centre of gravity being located directly in the centre of the face, I kind of thought toe and heel strikes, you'd probably lose quite a lot of energy and it'd be a bit iffy. I'm going to hit a putt here, so it's up the hill as well, so I'll lose a bit of pace easily. So out of the toe, and you can definitely feel it twist and give a little bit, but it kept its pace really well. I'm interested to see what it's going to be like out the heel. Well, pretty consistent. And then right out the middle, he says. Ooh. Maybe something to be aware of if you are afraid of shanking a putter. This has a pretty prominent hosel. Mind you, I think if you're starting to shank this, you've probably got bigger worries. The technology in this putter is not hidden away. Similar to the truss with TaylorMade, it's kind of hidden, but it's still there. It's kind of poking its head out from around the corner. You can see it, you're not quite happy about it, but there's nothing you can do about it, and you're probably going to be able to put up with it. Lots of bits there. So what do I think about the Axis putter? I mean, I've been trying it until it's almost dark here, so that probably tells you something. I think for that $500 mark, initially, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I wanted something really special, and I was presented with something that just looked a little bit strange. And I think for that kind of money, you know, I've gotten putters before, like the Sick putter that I've tested out recently. You know, that's a lot of money, but they give you the option of adding these crazy shafts and grips. And if you're going to be paying $500 for a putter, if they charge you $600 for a special shaft and another grip, you're probably not going to quibble. You know, you're in the market for that putter, you're not going to back away. And the fact is that things are only worth what people are going to pay. You know, you think about a luxury handbag, which is just a space to carry things around in, and yet there's people who will not quibble about dropping $5 on a Mulberry handbag, who would think it absolutely crazy that you'd be spending $500 or 450 quid on a bit of metal and plastic and a lambkin grip. With any review, I always consider a putter or an iron, a driver, a wedge, whatever, to be really up there when it makes me think about if it stands a chance of actually going in my bag. Now, if you'd have given me this putter a week ago and said, just by looks, would this be going in your bag? I'd say, hell no, not a chance, no way. But after using it, the ease of use and the fact that it just stays online so well, I don't know, could it replace my Scotty? I'm just not sure. I think what I'll have to do is chop it down, stick another grip on it, and maybe give it another go. In its current form, it's not going to take the place of a Scotty, but it leaves me with a but. If you do get a chance, there's a few different models of this putter out there. By all means, give it a go. But like I said, it is expensive, and you can get some amazing putters for a hell of a lot less money than that. But it is interesting. It is different. I've not tried a putter like that before. As always, please subscribe. Get down into those comments below. Let me know what you think, and of course, let me know what putter you're using. Hit that like button, and I'll see you down here next time. There's a little bit of light left. I might hit some more puts.